Here's how to change the rear wheel on a hub drive e-bike. This is a moped style e-bike. I've got it leaned up against the wall with the wheel in the air for easy access. And you can see this tire is flat. And we'll start by unplugging the hub motor from the bike. So there is a connector down here. Some of them are going to have a nut that holds it together. This one just pressure fit, and it's held on by 2 zip ties. The zip tie also holds on the rear brake light cable. So watch for multi-purpose zip ties on your bike. It might be holding more than just that wire in place that runs the rear hub motor. And there you can see I have pulled it loose, and now it is unplugged. Here's a look at where those 2 zip ties connect on this particular bike. Yours may be different. And then I put it into the smallest gear, which is the high gear, so that makes it easier to take the wheel off. And then this one has plastic covers over the nuts that hold the rear axle on, and it also has a derailleur cover. So loosen up the bolt that holds the derailleur protector on, and then turn the nuts counterclockwise to loosen up the axle. You don't have to take the nuts all the way off to do that, and then just kind of wiggle it just a little bit, and then it's going to come loose and drop down like that. And then just need to get the chain off of the nut like that, and your wheel is free. And then you might need tire levers to get the tire off the rim. This tire is incredibly loose, so it just comes off, slides off to the side, and then just pull the inner tube out of it. And you will have had to take the valve cap off of the valve stem to get it out of there. And then feel around the inside. It's a good idea to use a rag or something so you're not poking the nail with your fingers, but feel around and see if you can find the offending object that made your tire flat. And then if you want to reuse the tire, pump it up, find the hole, and patch it. I don't want to take a chance, so I'm just buying a new inner tube and putting one of those in. And then you pump up the new inner tube just enough to give it a little bit of shape so it won't get pinched against the rim when you put it in. And then just squeeze it in there all the way around, and then put the valve stem through and put the cap on it so it won't slip back into the wheel by accident. And then press the tire or use tire levers to get the tire back onto the rim. Again, this rim is super loose. And then make sure that it is pointed straight down, that valve stem. You don't want it slanted forward or backwards, or it'll get pinched off eventually. So once it is at a 90-degree angle to the rim, you pump it up, make sure it holds air. And then you can see this special washer that's on the inside has a slot at the bottom of it that goes towards the ground on the bike that holds it in the exact correct position. It just goes towards the bottom there. And I've turned the bike upside down. I gave up on trying to do this right side up because there's just one of me. And it's easier to use gravity to get it into the grooves, because it is kind of tough on this particular bike to get it to want to go down exactly into the right position. So while I'm doing this, I'm also making sure that the electrical cord to the hub motor is in the correct position. And you can see the washer with the grooves is now all the way down in its space. So that is the correct way. I had to separate the frame a little bit with my hands, kind of grab it and pull it sideways. And then I plug in the electrical cord there and put the nuts back on and torque them down on both sides. And then spin the wheel and make sure that the brakes don't drag and it doesn't rub against anything. And then put the zip ties back on to hold the electrical wire in place. And then there you go. That's one zip tie. And then there's a second zip tie that I need to put on, but I need to go to the zip tie store and buy more zip ties. But you can see there, you want to check for clearance. Make sure your tire's not going to rub on any of the wires, and that you've put all the wires in their proper place. That's the second one I need to put on before I ride it anywhere serious. And then put on my derailleur protector crash bar and torque that down as well. And then turn it on and give it some throttle and make sure it spins freely, and then also make sure that the rear brake works properly, and you're done.